This is television for the Isles of Scilly, brought to you with Worldwide Financial Planning, Truro and Penwith College, and the Scilly Lottery. From Radio Scilly, this is scillytv.com. The annual St Martin's Fete's been held. The usual contingent of visitors from off-islands and locals mixed together for an afternoon of cake, fun, games and fundraising around the Pool Green. Tony Goddard said the water slide was bigger and better than ever and provided an immense hit all day long.
It took us about 2 hours this morning. Came down with a little digger and dug a trench out. Just laid it with polythene and backfilled the sides. We had to wait until the tide had gone out after lunch to finish the bottom end off. But as you can see, it's a huge success for the second year.
Every single fete seems to have a big attraction. I think that drives them wild. Is this the big St Martin's Fete event?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, last year it was really big because the bouncy castle broke down. But it's shown this year it's as popular as it was last year, I think. It was a very good fundraiser.
The event is to provide match funding for the Community Hall project, so another regional strategic funder can put in the cash. It has to be shown the community can do something locally proactive to gain as much money as possible. Keith Bradford is one of the fundraisers and he's hopeful there'll be a positive outcome soon.
It's looking very promising, I have to say. We are knocking down the various issues that certain agencies had, one by one, and we are extremely hopeful that something will happen in the very near future. Obviously, we're dependent upon funding from various agencies, and until such time as we have that confirmed, obviously, we can't really move forward too quickly, but we are still moving, we are getting there.
There was food, fun, games, and snail racing proved highly competitive as usual.
Yellow's making a break for it. Green and yellow, no, what's that?
Come on, green and yellow.
Yeah, whatever
it is. Green and red, rather.
Come on, guys. Very good indeed, absolutely superb. It's the highlight of the whole afternoon, in my view, but it's great fun, great fun.
They're a bit more colourful this year. Have any snails been harmed in the making of this fundraising?
Absolutely not, absolutely not. They put on all their own makeup in the morning and they're quite happy with that, and afterwards we'll make sure it's all washed off.
Where do you get them from? Is there some kind of professional company that delivers snails?
No. They're all born and bred on St Martin's. They're fast racing snails. We have a reputation on St Martin's for producing incredibly fast snails. You saw there, 4 minutes and 14 seconds for the 13-inch sprint. Absolutely fantastic.
And what techniques have you developed over the years to make them go a bit faster?
We whisper words like, garlic butter and all those sorts of things to them. And it's amazing how quickly they actually move after that.
And when you put in your funding application for the reading room, do you actually mention that snails have been part of the process?
We don't, oddly enough, no. In fact, the fundraising effort that takes place here is clearly a fantastic effort by absolutely everybody. The snails are a very, very small part of it and just something which I introduced as a bit of fun. No, it's been a fantastic afternoon. The sun has been fantastic. We've got a huge number of people here. It's absolutely superb.
The raffle brought in around £1,000. And Treasurer of the St Martin's Reading Room Appeal, Cheryl Davis, says they collected just over £6,662, which they think is brilliant. She'd like to extend a big thank you to everybody who came on the day and supported the St Martin's community, and everybody who worked so hard to make it happen. A member of one of Britain's best-loved 1980s bands, Spandau Ballet, and the star of The Craze, has been on holiday on the islands. Last year, Gary Kemp wrote a positive article for a broadsheet newspaper Travel Guides talking about his love of Scilly. He says the islands hold a special place in his affection, and he's been coming here for many years.
It's the most beautiful place I've ever found. I came here when my son was 7. He's now nearly 20, and he's going to be coming over at the weekend. And now I've got my little children here. Everyone I introduce to the place just falls in love with it immediately. Just keeps coming back and back. Just love the different characters of the islands and the fates. You've got to be here on the day of the fete. If I come next week, it wouldn't be such fun. I'm a St Martin's person. I like St Martin's fete.
In July, Isles of Scilly councillors agreed to buy or lease a car to keep on the mainland for travelling up country, but that decision's been viewed with grave reservations, according to the Chief Executive, Philip Highgate, who was speaking in reaction to comments by Fred Tysus at the council's transport meeting. Fred referred to the sustainable transport strategy that soon you'll have a chance to feed back on. The detailed consultation exercise has been put together by consultants about the future of our transport between the islands. One area highlighted is the need for a policy for inter-island boat services. At the moment, the council subsidises the Lioness Lady operation by just under £20,000 a year. The school also pays around £30,000 a year in inter-island boat fees. The report suggests one way forward may be to subsidise off-island boat services in the winter to ensure a more regular timetable, because there's demand for people wanting to work on St Mary's and travelling from the off-islands. Fred told the meeting he couldn't back a plan or any suggestion, though, for the council to buy its own boat, and he believes that would cause consternation. He said the whole policy was about being sustainable, and if that route were followed, then boat owners would lose income and put up the prices for others when they had to buy travel tickets. The independent consultant report did highlight the cost of boat operation. Some operators claim it's in the region of £50,000 a year. The chief executive repeated his reservations about any notion of buying a boat for the authority.